Our mother Pat has just released what her newest collection will be, and it is for Valentine's Day, called the Love Collection. So today we're going to go through all of the details of that collection. I'm going to tell you guys what I'll be picking up from the collection, and hopefully we'll just have a good old-fashioned makeup time. Now, if that sounds interesting to you guys, let's go ahead and do the YouTube things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. I'm just going to sit a little bit off to the side so I can put the photos of the collection here. I have my laptop in front of me, so if I'm looking down, that's why. And if you're interested in this little makeup look that I'm wearing, it will be coming next week probably, and it's the Natasha Denona Circo Loco palette. I keep going to say Natasha Denona. Anyway, okay. McGrath Labs Love Collection. Originally, I thought maybe this collection, when she was teasing it, was going to be a new Bridgerton collection, because I know that the newer series for that will come out about March. But then when she started showing inspiration for like love hearts and stuff, I was like, oh, this is definitely a Valentine's Day collection. The collection is arriving on January 27, and usually it's about 11 o'clock at night for Australia. So just check out like whatever time zone she drops it in, and then, you know, tailor it to wherever you are in the world. You can sign up to her website newsletter as well, and you get 10% off at the launch. She gives you like a code word, and you get to shop like about an hour before, you know, the general public, let's say. What has she released in this collection? Well, there are 3 6-pan eyeshadow palettes. There are 7 liquid eyeshadows, like actual liquid eyeshadows. So that's a new kind of formula, a new drop for her, which is exciting. 3 new lipsticks, which is in the Bridgerton style packaging. Like, I guess this is just the Satin Allure lipstick packaging, but because she released the Satin Allures to begin with as a part of a Bridgerton collection, it's like, is this Bridgerton or not? But I think this is actually just her Satin Allure lipstick packaging, and it was just a part of the Bridgerton drop, but who knows. She's also dropping existing shades of blushes, powders, and other lipsticks. So we'll go through it, don't worry. But it's a pretty big drop, which is kind of cool. I like it. Actually, before we get into the actual physical products themselves, let's take a step back and talk about the collection as a whole. I'm overall not mad about this collection drop. I really am not. As soon as I thought and saw that it was a Valentine's Day collection, I really knew what I was going to be getting. Do you know what I mean? I instantly knew we were going to get some kind of like pinky, soft mauve, neutral-ish kind of collection drop. I really did, because you can't have Valentine's Day without a little bit of pink or that kind of a tone, rose tone, that kind of a thing. So I kind of knew that we weren't probably going to get anything revolutionary in terms of the color story from this collection drop. But when I saw the collection, I was like, oh, some people are going to be really annoyed about this, because I know so many people are just over the same kind of tones being released from McGrath Labs brand. And I get it. I do get it. Don't get me wrong. I get both sides of the fence here, and I totally get it if you're looking at this collection and just going either snooze fest or like, I own already all of this, so I'm not going to be shopping the collection. I totally see that side of the equation, and hopefully she starts releasing some, you know, more unique color stories to her existing collection throughout the year. For me, when I saw this collection and the eyeshadow palettes, I was really into it. I really was. I was like, especially when I saw that all matte mothership, like mini mothership, I was like, yes, we have been asking for an all matte palette, and she delivered. So for me, I'm actually into it. I knew the color stories I was probably going to be getting. It's very soft, very wearable, very romantic, soft glam vibes in my opinion, and I'm quite into that. And I personally really like these little mini 6-pan motherships, let's call them, because that's what she's calling it. I like them. I like the size of them. I like the packaging, and the formulas from the Bridgerton collection of these particular eyeshadow palettes are really, really good quality in my mind. So I'm hoping that they're either better quality or the same quality as those, and I'll be very, very happy to have them. So there's 3 eyeshadow palettes in the collection that she's dropping, and these are all new shades from my knowledge. From what I've seen on here, they look like all new shades. It doesn't appear, and that's my only critique, is that none of the 6 pans have a special shade. I would have loved if the 2 pans that had metallics in them just had one special shade for us. That would have really, I would have been like, yeah, perfect, great, happy days. But there doesn't appear to be, and I've read the descriptions, and it doesn't appear that there's any special shades. So if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. The first one is Iconic Infatuation. Each one of these are retailing for 106 Australian dollars. I'm not sure what that is in US, I'm sorry. I get mine shown in Australian dollars because that's where I live. But the first one, Iconic Infatuation, is like a pinky, like a soft pinky, rosy, purplish kind of color story, and I really like it. That's kind of a color story that I would definitely gravitate towards. If just looking at it, it looks so soft and romantic feeling. I'm really into it. I really am. That, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I 100% want to pick that up. Do I own tones like this? 1,000,000% yes. Am I still excited for it? 1,000,000% yes, because I don't like to travel with my motherships at all. I don't want to risk breaking them. So for me, this is like a nice way to have a color story within the motherships that I can take traveling with me. And also I'm a sucker for it. I'm a sucker for it. So, you know I was going to get it. In Iconic Infatuation, there's 3 mattes and 3 metallics. And as I mentioned, it doesn't appear that any of those are actually special shades. The next one is Sublime Seduction. And this is more of a neutral bronzy goldy color story, which I think is, pretty decent. Like you've either got like a pinky story or the neutral, like bronzy kind of color story, goldy bronzy color story. So depending on what you might be tickled by, there's one for each. Again, same format where it's got 3 mattes and 3 metallics. This is the only one out of the 3 that I could leave. Like for me, I'm like, oh, it's not that I don't necessarily like it. I do, I think it's lovely. It's just that I do feel like I have those colors quite repetitive and they're not colors that I would wear on the everyday necessarily. So for me, if I was gonna leave any of these eyeshadow palettes, it would be Sublime Seduction out of pure preference. And then there's the last one, which is 6 mattes. It's called Velvet Liaison and I love it. I love it. This is definitely the one I'm most excited for. I have been wanting a full like matte palette from Pat McGrath for some time so that I can use it in companion to my mothership palettes or other palettes that maybe don't have matte tones in it that I want to use. And so for me, this looks like a really good option where it has got those lighter, more neutral tones, plus it's got some of those like purple pinky ones. Could she have gone a little bit more diversified because she does have these tones within the collection? Like, yes, but I'm also kind of happy to have them just like in one compact palette that I can just like utilize with all of my palettes. And they do look slightly different to what she has currently available in the existing mothership collection or her existing collection. I need to get them and swatch them and compare them, and I will with her existing collection. But for me, for right now, I'm impressed by that. Am I like blown away and I'm like, this is so unique and I desperately, desperately need it? No. But am I like pleasantly surprised and excited for it? Yes. And that's kind of a step up for me from her previous releases, like the Star Wars release and even her holiday release to some extent. I kind of wasn't as super excited about those releases except for the 5 pan. So for this one, I'm like actually excited to get my hands on it and swatch them and play with them and try them and see how they compare in the existing collection. I also don't mind that packaging. I think the packaging is really cute. Now let's talk about the Fetish Eyes Long Wear Liquid Eyeshadow. So there's 7 shades that she's releasing, $47 each. Stay tuned because like about an hour before she goes live on her sale day, she then puts up like the bundles and the packages that she's going to do. And that's when you can, if you're planning on picking up more shades and stuff like that, you might be able to save a bit of coin doing that. So there is a heap of shades here, kind of your stock standard shades really, like a champagne, a rose gold, a warm bronze, a luminous cool bronze, a sienna bronze, a pewter, and then this khaki green. Now I'm going to get the khaki green because I'm ridiculous and I love myself a khaki green. I love myself a green. So I'm definitely picking that up. And then I probably will also pick up the luminous pewter because that also really sparks my interest. Very interested to try her liquid eyeshadow formula. It's a new formula from her. So I'm absolutely picking it up for science sake. That's what I'm telling myself. Now the claims of this is actually that it's a creamy texture, ultra blendable, crease proof, smudge resistant, 10-hour plus wear. So that'll be interesting to see how these perform because I do have quite hooded eyes. I feel like, liquid eyeshadows do tend to crease on me if, there are some hit and miss formulas out there. The Charlotte Tilbury ones, for example, they definitely crease on me, others don't. So I'm definitely going to be very intrigued to get these and see if they are going to crease on my hooded eyes, if they are going to be long wearing, and also if they're just nice and not like, sometimes you can get liquid eyeshadows as well when you put them on, as they dry, they can get flaky. Like, is this going to be a good formula? The Lisa Eldridge liquid eyeshadow formula, for example, is like perfection to me. It is so good. So I'll be interested to see how it compares to that just because off the top of my head, that's my favorite one. Then we have 3 lipsticks that are being released with the collection, as I mentioned, in the what appears to be like the Bridgerton collection packaging, but I think that might just be this lipsticks packaging and it was just originally released as part of a Bridgerton collection. Who knows? Satin Allure lipstick. There's 3 shades. I'm not 100% positive if these are brand new shades or existing shades, so I'm going to pop that on the screen as a comment for you guys. Each one of these are $49. She'll have bundles and stuff like that. So there's Nude Venus, which is like a barely there nude, or a natural bare nude, I should say. And then there is In the Flesh, which is a warm rosewood, and Crimson Ecstasy, which is a bright scarlet red. I'm quite interested in Nude Venus personally. I don't really have like a natural bare nude color in my collection right now. I mean, it's 50 shades of neutral for me, right? But there are different shades and I'm interested to see how this shade actually is. So I probably will pick that lipstick up potentially. I do like the look of In the Flesh as well, but I can't see myself getting a lot of use out of that particular color. And the red one is really lovely as well. I just don't wear a lot of red lipstick. I really stick to my nudes in like a pink nude or a beige nude. So there's no point in me picking up another red lipstick. I've got some. There's also 2 Legendary Wear lipsticks, so like liquid lipsticks, one in Nude Venus, sorry, which is a warm coral nude, and one in Nude Cabaret, which is a soft beige peach. I'm half interested in trying one of these. I've never tried her liquid lip formula before, so I'm interested in trying the formula, but it's just going to depend on money on the day and how I'm feeling. So I may or may not pick up one of those. I don't know, let me know in the comments if you've tried her liquid lip formula and what you think of it. I am disappointed a little bit to see that she's just re-releasing existing blush shades in this collection. So she's re-releasing Desert Orchid and Flirtatious in this Valentine's Day Love Collection packaging. I mean, she can do whatever she wants, like, you know. But for me, I'm just like, it would have been a nice opportunity to have different shades of blushes, knowing how much of, or like knowing how big of fans her customers are of her blushes. Like they really are such a hyped up product and they are a really good product. I feel like this would have been a really great opportunity to add in a couple of new shades and I feel like everyone absolutely would have bought them. And I just feel like now for a little while since she released like the first shade, like line of blushes, she's just kind of continuously releasing the same shades for like holiday collections over and over again. And so it's like, well, we can't keep buying the same shades over and over again. Like you don't go through blush generally that quickly. So it's like, we would be open to buy. I know for me, for example, I would have bought 2 new shades of blush, hands down. I absolutely would have. So it's like, why are we continuously releasing the same shades? But you know, each their own. I'm sure there's a business reason behind that. But for me, I was like, oh, I would have loved to have seen 2 new shades. And then she's releasing the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. It looks like it's only the light translucent shade, but let me have a look and just confirm that. Yeah, so she's only releasing the light translucent shade, sorry, in the like Love Collection packaging. But again, I don't know, I mean, do what you like, and obviously there's going to be people that buy this, but it looks like it's just the outer box that's got that, and like, I don't know, I'm just kind of like, what's the point of that? What's the point of including that? It's an odd inclusion to me. Maybe I'm guessing maybe she has like an overstock of that product and she's like, this is a good way to include it in a collection. I could be completely wrong about that, but it just seems such an odd like add-on, and especially when it's only 1 shade and it's just the box from what I can see. But anyway, I won't be picking that up. I won't be picking that up. But yeah, like, I mean, it's a good product if you're wondering and you've been looking to try it and you're like, oh, this could be a good time to pick it up. Like, it is a good product. I get why she would have released the lip products because, like, for a Valentine's Day collection, a lot of people do like to add, like, a new lipstick to their collection or whatever. So I get that. But I would have personally left the blushes and the under eye powder out of the equation, and I would have released this collection without them, just because I feel like if you're gonna release a new collection, you're gonna release new products in that collection, why not make it a whole new collection? It just doesn't seem necessary to add existing shades of blush and that powder into the collection when, yeah, that just doesn't seem, it doesn't make sense to me. But that's just my opinion, you know, take it with a grain of salt. That's just my opinion. But anyway, so that is my thoughts on the collection as a whole. I think it is a beautiful collection, especially the new products into it. I think it is really well done for Valentine's Day. I know it probably seems quite boring and repetitive to a lot of people, and again, I totally respect that and see that side of it as well, but when I think of Valentine's Day and I think of that soft glam and that romantic vibe, I really do think she's nailed it, and I'm so excited for an all matte palette. So yeah, I will definitely be picking up the eyeshadow palettes, especially more so. I would have just picked up Iconic Infatuation and Velvet Liaison, but she's probably going to bundle them, so it'll be fine. And then two, I know that you guys will want to see the swatches and like the comparisons against the existing collection, so that's why I'll pick up that third one as well. And I'm going to pick up two of those liquid shadows. And that's probably it, to be fair. That's probably all I'm going to pick up from this collection, but overall, I'm excited about it. I'm happy to have my like zest back for the brand because there was a little sketchy moments there. And yeah, I'm excited to try them and see what the quality's like. Now, you know, I want to know from you guys what you are thinking and if you are planning on shopping this collection or not. I mean, I wouldn't feel any pressure to you guys. You do you. If you don't need any new makeup in your collection, then that's fine. But if you're excited by it and you're like, I wouldn't mind picking up a piece or two, then that's cool too. I mean, you do you and make yourself happy, but don't feel pressured. That's the main thing. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're watching till this point, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so, so much. If you haven't already, pretty please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.